What's going on, y'all? Coming to you straight from the Bulkley House
in Cleveland, Ohio.
Shouts out to Nix 81 Digital Media. What's happening, y'all? I'm CJ Mason, CEO of New Floss Inc.
And I am Penelope Suarez, also known as Cosmic Penny, your celestial guide.
And we are bringing you makers and shapers, shapers and makers.
Yeah, we're still figuring it out.
But we're bringing to you ourselves, individually, and how we came to be. And this is the first of many information that we talk about amongst ourselves so much. And we wanted to say, we want to bring it with you. Share it with you, that's what I'm saying.
Share with you, create content that is really, really uplifting and inspiring, because we really are here to inspire ourselves and inspire each other.
Yeah, we're here to serve the collective with our lives, with telling our stories, telling about what we've gone through and how we can relate it to what you've gone through. Well, a lot of the stuff that we talk about is as we grow our businesses, as we grow our relationships individually and collectively, and just how important it is to really feed and encourage each other and disconnect. And when we say disconnect, we're talking about like when we wake up in the morning, we're talking to each other. We're not even getting on our phones. We're not checking what's going on in the world. We're checking on each other. And I would say that was really the basis of our entire relationship. Was like, I'm such a cool laid back cat because I own my own business that I was able to just like, I'm not rushing to go to work or rushing to do anything like, and that really helped us like delve into each other.
Yeah, for sure. It's been a very, very transformational journey to be in a reflection constantly and being present. And I think that that's what we're about. We really are about keeping each other real, accountable, and just continue to grow, and individually and collectively. And that's just like what we're doing. CEO of New Floss.
So yes, and I'll tell you who we are individually. I'm the CEO of New Floss Inc. And I love care.
New Floss.
Yes.
Come on, speak about it.
So I love and care people. Love and care about people. And really, real care starts from the heart. And we know that true heart care or heart health really starts with the smile. So New Floss is technically about flossing, because flossing is the most important part of your smile. But New Floss is a lifestyle. It's where I'm from in Cleveland, when you flossing, that means you showing your extravagant shit. You just got the new pair of J's, you just got some new earrings, you got a fresh hoodie or something, because it's cold out here, so you better make sure your hoodie game is tight. But now it's about New Floss, and it's about a whole new way of caring for yourself and caring about the way that you look with your community as well. So it's a lifestyle and it's a technology company. That led me to caring about myself, eating right, eating healthy, developing new ways of living in myself, like wearing hemp clothes, eating healthier foods, going to nicer restaurants where you meet beautiful young ladies who are eating sandwiches that they call divine. And it stops you in your track like, divine? Who calls a sandwich divine? What your name is?
That's true story. True story, guys.
Enters Penelope Suarez.
What's up? Yeah, no. Definitely, that's true. Yes. So, yeah, for me, it has been a journey incredibly to start to connect with myself deeper and to be in this cosmic journey. Being a celestial guide is a lot of responsibility. When you start to really understand the layers of our soul and how complex we are as human beings, astrology has many, 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 many directions, right? Like we can actually study astrology to predict, or we can study astrology to get to know ourselves. We can get, in different ways. And I think that to me, the approach of astropsychology, that's the study that I'm focusing on right now. It's been so amazing to understand the psyche and our subconscious. And that's something that we actually talk a lot about. We talk a lot about our light aspects, right? Or the amazing things that we can do and our potential and our gifts. And we also talk about our shadow, which is the rejected aspects of self that keeps us in shame and fear and isolation. I mean, all of this like negative beliefs that we have and they're wired, and all of that, it complements the human soul. So that's what I help people to do, actually, to understand just themselves a little different. And
I'll tell you, it helped me, and it's helping me tremendously. Not only because she's my love, my best friend, my confidant, but because she cares a lot about helping people see who they are. When you know who you are, you're able to make the changes that are necessary to be the best version of yourself. Yeah. When that's in somebody who you constantly can call on, that's amazing. But what she does is she teaches me how to see it in myself, how to look at my own stars, how to look at my own shadows and say, okay, like I used to have a really bad shadow with video games. Let's just be honest with y'all. I knew at 21 that I wanted to be a billionaire. Like I was like, video games ain't gonna get me there. Now people make a lot of money playing video games, but myself as a very, like, I would skip college classes just to beat somebody in Madden. Like, that's a problem, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, that couldn't be healthy for a degree. You know what I'm saying? So, I had to understand to use that shadow, like that same drive to work jobs, because I thought that was the answer. You work hard for other people, you save up, and you start you start accumulating wealth and things of that sort, and that is a way. But myself really understood that I was living underneath my purpose. And as I was living underneath my purpose, I became uncomfortable. I became unhealthy. And when you're not doing the things that you're really meant to do, your spirit will tell you. You'll start feeling like it really starts to mess with your stomach. It starts to work its whole way throughout your whole system. And then you just make this change one day and you just like, I had to do that for me. And then another change happens, and people are like, who are you? And you're like, shit, I'm trying to figure out who I am too.
Yeah. When do you feel that you hit rock bottom and that?
Which time? Because it's a constant transformation for me, because I was always like.
That's a lot of Scorpio energy.
It is my Scorpio energy. I'm actually.
But that's the shadow gold, though. Shadow gold. South
gold.
Node and North Node. That's a beautiful part of the chart for sure.
And it helped me understand that I'm addicted to these transformations because I want to be better than I ever was. Yeah. This lifetime, past lifetimes, set myself up for future lifetimes. In the case that. We're still trying to figure out this incarnation shit, reincarnation, incarnation, all this. We just know that we are right now. That's all I've figured out right now. I know somebody got a book somewhere that they died, went to heaven, came back as a dog, died again, came back as them again. I don't know. All I know is right now. And
so you don't say that you had a point where you were like, all right, now from here and on, like, I'm going to be my authentic self. Like, do you ever feel like that you got to that point?
My authentic self, yes.
Okay.
I was working at the YMCA in Greater Charlotte, North Carolina. And
CLT, sorry.
CLT.
CLT.
We're in the CLE right now, though. Mm-hmm. Home and bred, raised, and fed. You heard me? And I kept failing the personal training course. And I was like, bro, I'm failing this thing on purpose. Like, I'm not failing on purpose, but like...
Right, the universe was like...
accidents. Notice. Like...
Yeah.
Accidents and... coincidences is when God or all that is wants to remain anonymous. That is all that is, remaining anonymous in your life.
I love that. That's awesome. Yeah. I get it.
And like I took the test 4 times.
Damn.
And there's 4 parts, and I passed all 4 parts.
Except.
Not at the same time. And that point was like, all right, bro, like...
You got to do something about this.
You're really not doing what you're supposed to be doing.
So many of us.
And so many of us live like that.
Yeah.
We keep on pushing it.
And then that's like, to me, and to that point, when you get to those stages in your life where you keep forcing things to happen, when it's like, are you listening? Like, are you shutting up and listening? Or are you just continue to feed onto other people's expectations and live off those expectations, you know? And it's like, no, but I gotta do the things that are right. Like, how many of us fall into that trap?
So many of us.
So many of us.
And the one thing that if you don't learn anything from us conversating with you, the one thing, please learn this today, is you have to learn to shut the fuck up.
And listen.
And listen to yourself.
To yourself.
When you listen to other people, when you're going to, I mean, shit, if you're doing anything outside of trying to find out who the fuck you really are, like I said, by shutting the fuck up, you're listening to
That's his
other
favorite
people.
line.
It is my favorite line. And it was my shadow. It's my shadow gold. And let me tell you why. Because I come from a family that they are quick to tell you to shut the fuck up. Like, quick. And you're like, what? But you don't even realize that they're not even telling you to shut the fuck up. And it's your ego. It's shut yourself up so you can understand and be aware of self. Self-awareness, self-mastery is the key. At the top of the pyramids.
That's really what we focus on with both of us. I feel like if we, in a nutshell, we can say that we're all about self-mastery. And once we came together, like we were individually already like all about self-mastery. Mm-hmm. And then when we got together, we were like, oh my God.
It was just like a what? Wonder Twin powers activate, form of fucking amazing.
Hand hugs.
Hand hugs all day long.
That's so funny. But yeah, seriously, the whole self-mastery, it's been such an amazing reflection with CJ. It's been like, all right, so cool. Like once you really start to hone in your authenticity, like you really start to attract that in your life, you know?
And the people that are around you will encourage you to do so and encourage themselves to take themselves to other levels as well. Like being in her life, it reminds me that I have to be brave. This is the bravest motherfucker I've ever met. She left her home country in Venezuela at 18 and really started living.
What's up, Caracas, Venezuela? Shout out. Caracas Loca. I did, yeah, 18.
You know, and then when I met her, she had moved to an entire city that she didn't know anybody based on her astrological geographical chart.
Yo, astro maps are real. Like, if you really, really, really want to get to know thyself,
and know
use all the tools, man. Use all the tools. Like, I'm not saying you only use astrology. Like, seriously, get to know your soul. Get to know this mystical arts have been here this whole time, and it's just now that it's getting trendy again. But honestly, this is the magic is here.
Trend. You're always the trend.
You are the trend.
You are the trend. That's what Cosmic Penny shows you with your
like,
cosmic blueprint. I was gonna say cosmology, but then that's the shit about the makeup and stuff. Which your makeup looks really nice today, I must say. You gotta learn how to give your woman very authentic compliments. Not just you look pretty. You better be specific about that.
You better. Just, yeah.
Specific is that pussy wet. Know that.
When you get definite. Oh, self-mastery.
So we can sit here and talk about this all day.
Yeah.
And we're gonna
ask me questions.
Oh, ask you questions.
Yeah, I've asked you questions.
Oh, yeah. Well, I was telling them about the cosmic map.
Yeah.
Yeah, about your astro map that you like to call. I think that's a lot better than what I'd be calling it.
Astro maps.
So your astro map led you to Charlotte, North Carolina.
Yes.
What on your astro map told you to go to Charlotte, North Carolina?
Well, truly and honestly, it was me kind of like following the breadcrumbs kind of situation and just connecting the dots on my own. And once I started to really understand psychology and astrology, I started to listen to my intuition and not just fall into the traps of listening to other humans. Like, your family loves you, amazing, but they're all programmed. Like, we're all programmed. There's nothing wrong with it. We're all programmed.
We're all programmed
and
to a certain degree.
Yeah, exactly.
Because our ego is not
out protecting us.
It's not out to destroy you. Our ego is to protect us.
Preserve you.
So many people say, kill your ego. And that's a lot what I've been taught. You have to heal your ego.
But I'm not done talking.
Go ahead.
Yeah, because I want to finish the conversation. Because I'm going to forget. But after I started to listening to myself more and understand the internal processes that I was going through, there was something telling me that there was more. And at the time, I was kind of like in this, I was reaching a new threshold, and I needed to expand. And I was like, but where am I gonna go? Like, and honestly, I'm an adventurer. I love to travel. I love to move. Like, ever since
Key to living life. Key to living life. Adventurer. Be your own adventure.
Always. Oh my gosh. Yes, that's such Sagittarius season. Absolutely. Yes. Even though we're in Capricorn. Anyways, but yeah, definitely be your own adventure, because we have all of this potential. And I started to follow these clues, and astrology showed me that there's more than just your chart. There's more than just like your birth chart. And I started to see that there's influence in location, energies, planetary energies, and I was like, oh my God. So started to understand that there is a connection with the planets and different regions in the world. And I started to understand a specific part of the chart that's called the nodes of the moon, the north node and the south node. And they're related with karmic astrology, and they really talk about our life's mission. So mine, and specifically, is the axis of Aries and Libra, which is all about life lessons around self and others.
Mine's a Taurus and Scorpio.
Yes, which is self-value and value in others. So it's kind of similar, actually. We're in a similar journey, especially because our north nodes are in Venusian. So it's all about love and value and all of that. And it's like,
and
how do we get that?
And you chose the mission. That's how unique your cosmic blueprint is. Like, it's your own breadcrumb trail, so that you can find out who you are and the adventure that you chose for yourself. You know, like my mom would always tell me that I chose her. Like, how I choose you when basically you and Dad was the one doing the
right.
And then
did all the
work, and here I come. But like, it's a cosmic contract that we have with our parents, that we have
ancestors.
With our children, we have the like. You know how many people prayed for you before you even got here?
Man.
You know how many people you're praying for that aren't even here yet? That's
Tell about it
right there.
So yeah, definitely make that choice of choosing to live in a Venusian line because it's related with my soul's highest path. So bringing that energy, and there's ways to do it. There's not just like moving, but my calling was to be in a Venus line and to explore and just to see, and that's what I did, and that's what 2020 was about for me, just exploring my Venus line and getting to know thyself in a different level. So that really was my path, but it's been unfolding so many things. I mean, come on, and especially like it's not easy when you live in your, in that purpose energy. Like some things are gonna show up. Yeah,
it's gonna put you in. We got a whole nother episode that we're gonna tell you about.
A whole other episode about this shadow gold. Yeah.
So right now we're just going to show you a little bit about
who
Cosmic
we are.
Penny, New Floss Inc., how we came to be individually and collectively. And we want to thank you for your time. We want to thank you for your energy. We want to thank you for your ancestors, because they blessed you to be.
Shaping in the making.
Shaping in the making.
So the concept behind that is...
1 second before we leave.
Yes, because I think this is important to just like click on that. Is the shaping and the making of our lives. Like, there's these two energies, right? Like when we talk about...
Like divine masculine, divine feminine. What it really means is...
polarities.
It's the polarity of how to create.
Complement.
She loves my hands. My hands are so... like... amazing to her. I'll just be doing.
Yo, he can write with his left hand and freaking do other things with his right hand, like everything. Like I mean, it's like, how can you use both hands so good? It's so amazing. That's a gift.
And she shapes things into beautiful images, beautiful. It's like she's like a clay maker as well. It's like it's like the clay and the clay maker come together and they're making something together. So it's the maker.
It's a vision too, for sure.
Yeah, you got to have the vision too. Like, I may be able to do something, but she'll be like, but carve this just this certain way, and you'll, oh yeah, exactly just like that.
That quantum vision, what's up?
It takes a lot of ego healing to get to this place. Yeah. So we're excited to share the rest of this with y'all. Again, I'm CJ Mason.
And I am Penelope Suarez for Cosmic Penny.
New Floss Inc. We love y'all. Peace.
Peace.